In this video, I'm going to show you how to safely use the pancake griddles that are stocked in your kitchen. So this is the main part of the griddle, and if you can see the end of this, this is where you plug it in. What also comes with your griddle is the attachment. So when you're setting up your griddle, you want to make sure that your heat control knob is turned all the way to the off position. And you'll see that there's an arrow and the word off. The first thing you do is plug this into your griddle with this in the off position, which I'm going to do right here. So you can see it goes right in, and you just push it all the way in. You're not going to hear it click or anything, but you'll know when it's all the way in. Once you're sure that that's in the off position and completely plugged in, then you can plug into the wall from there. Now you're ready to use your griddle. For our pancakes, we are going to set the temperature at 325 degrees. So on this pancake griddle, there are marks for, I'm going to unplug this just to show you. Again, the numbers might be backwards. There's no 325, but what I can see is I have 300 and 350. So I'm just going to line that up as best I can to be halfway between the 300 and the 350, and that will put it pretty close to 325 degrees, which is what we need for the pancakes. When you're using the pancake griddle, you do not want to use a spatula that is metal. So stocked in your kitchens, you have one or two of these non-metal spatulas, because if you use a metal utensil, a fork or a knife or a metal spatula, you're going to scratch this Teflon surface and eventually it will make it non-usable. So make sure you're using the rubber spatula. When you're done making your pancakes, before you sit down to eat, you are going to turn this temperature control knob to the off position. You're going to unplug it from the wall, and that's it. You can leave it plugged into the griddle for now. That in and of itself will let your griddle cool down while you're eating. So when you're ready to clean up, then you're going to unplug the temperature control. You cannot submerge this at all. Anything that has electronic parts cannot be submerged into the water. So how do you clean this up? You get a washcloth or your sponge with hot soapy water. Make sure you wring out all the excess water, because you don't want to be dumping a bunch of water on this. You have a tray that collects any extra that will drip. You can pull this out, and this can go in your sink to be cleaned up. Now what I do, like if there's a lot of crumbs, I would use your spatula and sweep as many crumbs into that little, you see that little hole, and that will put everything into this little crumb tray. And then you can take that over and dump it out into the trash can, and you can wash this. There will probably still be some residue, and that's where you're going to use the sponge or the washcloth. But I want you to be really, really careful, because I don't want you to burn your fingers on this. So that's why when you're done cooking the pancakes, I want you to turn it off so that it has time to cool off. If it's still warm and you don't feel comfortable cleaning it, and we have to get the cleanup finished so that your class period doesn't end, call me over and I will help you out with that. Okay, but the most important thing is you're not going to use anything abrasive on this surface, and you're never going to apply any water when it's plugged in at all, because water and electricity do not like each other. How do you know when your pancake griddle is hot enough? You want to make sure that, I'm going to slide this over so you can see. You see the light on, so we know it's on and it's heating up to our pre-selected temperature. It'll take a few minutes, but not a great deal of time. What I like to do is I have a custard cup with some water in it. The best way to figure out if this is ready to go is I'm just dipping my fingers in the water and you spritz it on there. You can see the bubbles are kind of jumping around a little bit. It's not quite ready. I'm going to give it a few more minutes and come back. So it's been preheating for a few minutes. Let's check again to see if it is hot enough. I'm dipping my fingers once again into the custard cup with water. See how those bubbles are dancing around pretty aggressively? That's how you know your griddle is ready and you're ready to put on your pancake batter. Have fun.